Hey guys, ke Thabo wa Kgamachi here. I hope you are having a great day so far. Uh, I just have something in mind that I just wanted to engage with you on. I've been thinking about the way we see life unfolding, the way we see things happening around us, and how such things actually affect us. And one thing that actually caught my attention was the challenges that we see between the relationship between men and women. I just ask myself, where did we go wrong, or how do we go wrong? You know, when did we lose our sense of a respect towards one another, the need to understand, to listen, and to maybe even complement one another. We live in a world where it seems like as men and women, we just drifting far apart. There's just a whole lot of things that are taking us away from one another, so much that what we see, be it in our surroundings or on social media, it's always men and women at each other. And I wonder where it really started. I mean, we can point fingers and say men started this or women started that. But at the end of the day, it seems like we really have a common enemy. We really have something that is just between us and pushing us farther and farther away from one another. But one thing that I have actually noticed is that even in those fights, in those arguments, in those disagreements, we still have that sense of need for one another. I know that maybe issues of life might have said, you know what, I don't need a man in my life, I don't need a woman in my life. It has created a whole lot of animosity, fears, doubts, and concerns. But at the end of the day, I think we still need each other. We still need each other. So one thing that we need to do is just to maybe try and pay attention to why we are drifting apart. Because in all honesty, we need each other. I'm not only talking in terms of relationships and marriages. I'm talking generally. We have to live together. We have to learn to understand one another. We have to learn to respect one another. We need to coexist. We need to co-create. We need to influence a life that would give at least a glimpse of greatness for the generations ahead of us. It is really concerning. Each day, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this. When you get onto social media, you can see that you cannot go through a day without somebody going without one guy going at women or one woman going at men. And we just caught in between that type of dance that has got no rhythm, but we are just always at each other's throat. And we wonder why we just cannot get anywhere, as men and women. We wonder why we are so isolated. We wonder why we just are living like we are islands. But we are in this world to coexist. What went wrong? What did we lose from within us? What are the pains that we're dealing with? What are the dysfunctions that we are dealing with that makes us just to hate each other so much? Isn't there a better way that we can maybe just look at, just to try and restore the relationship that is much needed between a man and a woman? Because our kids are growing up in the same environment, and they will continue with this legacy. And this is not what we want. The issue is not unity in politics, unity in everything out there. The problem is that we just cannot unite as men and women. We just can't. I know that it happens, even with men, some men who cannot engage with other men. It happens with some women who cannot engage with other women. But at the end of the day, we need to understand that the core foundation that we basically need to build every healthy relationship on is just between the man and the woman. We need to do that. Why do we hate each other so much? Why do we resent each other so much? Why do we always have to find a reason to fight? I mean, you have hashtags mabachiswe. You have men are this, men are that. You have women are this, women are that. You see men, destroying buildings. They build for their women. Others are being pulled out of the cars. This is the life that we have come to accept. Why are we at that point where we just hate each other so much? Where's the love? Where the respect? Where is the understanding? Where is that element of humanity in us? Where one can say, look, I know you are a stranger, I know you are this, but the mere fact that I'm a man and you are a woman, I know I need you in this life. Can we just coexist? Can we respect and love one another? Can we just make sure that we feel protected, we feel safe around one another? Can we get to that point where we say, no man, this cannot go on. This cannot go on. Can we do that? Why aren't we able to do that? What has gotten between us? Because we really need each other. We do. What has gotten to us? I think we just need to take some time and think as individuals. Why am I this angry towards the other gender? Why am I so resentful? Why do I feel like I don't need this person? And unfortunately, I understand that we do have experiences, bad experiences with certain people. But that shouldn't make us hate the gender. Because one person is not every person. Can we just get to that point where we understand that as men and women, we need each other? We do. Can we just put our differences aside and work on the issues that are separating us? And as we try to work on those issues, can we again learn to understand? Can we learn to acknowledge that we have some form of impact towards one another? And we need to evaluate whether that impact is positive or is negative. And when we have these conversations, can we at least understand that we need solutions and not to just keep on pointing fingers? Can we just do that? Men are hating women. Women are hating men. Oh yes, we live in that world. But how do we fix it? How do we fix it? Because if we continue in that way, the society is going to be hating. The nation is going to be hating. It's going to be hurting. And we will continue as we do. We will think money and everything, material things will fix these dysfunctions, but it won't. Because we can see what people with money still do, what people without money still do. Even with money, the hate is there. Even without money, the hatred is still there. What is really, really going on? Can we just take some time and think about it? And think about it. Because we really need to heal. We really need to be restored. We need to understand that we need to coexist. We need healthy and functional relationships. We need each other. We do. As for me, that is all I think about. That's all I think about. We are in the relationship and marriage ministry, but at the end of the day, this starts from individuals, whether single or married, individuals. Why do you feel that you don't need the other gender? Have you been hurt? Have you been violated? Can you heal? Can you forgive? Can you be restored? We need each other. We are losing our sense of humanity. We are losing our sense of coexistence. And the generation is going to suffer. Thank you.